Is it bad to not have any savings by the age of 30? I'm 34, and my husband and I don't have a large savings. I started putting away $5, $10 every paycheck into a savings account. I gradually increased the amount, and we currently have enough to cover 3 months of our mortgage. You never know what will happen, so I feel better knowing it's there for emergencies. If one of us loses a job, gets into a car accident, or if one of our cars needs significant work, we have that to fall back on, even if it's just for a bit. You don't have to have a large savings, but some is better than none. If you are 30 and one missed paycheck or one moderate unexpected bill away from falling into debt, it isn't ideal. It's not about large financial wealth, it's about an emergency fund and some retirement savings building. Lots of people don't have savings, but mostly they can't, not they are just into eating out and going on vacations. It's bad to not have savings at any stage of adulthood where you're independent. It means an unexpected cost could be devastating. I think of it like this: assume you lose your job tomorrow and struggle to find a new job right away. How fucked are you? How many months can you survive and pay all your bills jobless? The smaller that number, the more you need to really consider taking savings seriously. Unless you live at your parents' and they support you, you should always having savings regardless of age. It's not good, but it's more normal than you might think. I'm not sure what advice you're looking for. No one is going to tell you that it's good to live paycheck to paycheck by choice. It's important to live in the present, but it's also important to plan for the future. Certainly not good. It's never a good idea to spend all your available money on entertainment. I understand that it's more enjoyable to travel than contribute to an emergency fund, but there's going to be an emergency at some point, and not going bankrupt because it is also enjoyable. I would try to find a comfortable middle ground. Extremely. Your age has nothing to do with this. As soon as you get a job, you should start a savings account. Not for anything in particular, just a safety net if anything in your life goes wrong. Yes, if you have to make an emergency payment, you're basically effed. If you're spending that much money traveling and living in the moment, then you're not living paycheck to paycheck, you're just choosing to spend money instead of save it. You need to be preparing for your retirement, property, and make certain to have an emergency fund. Definitely not ideal, but it's not a death sentence, especially if you don't plan to have a family. If you don't, that just means a lot more funds available to put into retirement and an emergency fund. I would start soon though. Cut down on going out just a little bit. It takes one financial disaster to keep you from being able to live in the moment like you are now for a long time. If you were paying off something like medical debt, car issues, or accident payouts, etc. That's not what living paycheck to paycheck actually means. If you live in a country without proper welfare, this is risky. Even in a country with proper welfare, it's smart to have at least enough savings to replace a washing machine, car, etc. if you have to. I was in the same situation. I even went as far as 35 years old. I then joined my local police department. I was able to save a little, but nothing near what I would need for retirement. After 20 years, I was able to retire at age 55 because I got a pension. I quote retire because I now work part-time. Not because I have to, but because I want to. Find a pension before it's too late, or start a 401k and change your lifestyle. What happens if your company goes out of business through no fault of your own? Finding a job takes time, which is expensive. You'll be homeless. To answer your question, it is bad. Since I lost everything I had accumulated in my 50s, including my house, in a divorce, I'd just say adjust your expectations. I live fairly well on SS because my needs are few and am a good cook, so my food bills are low. Watching 3 lawyers devour my 401k was sobering.